Sun Tzu once said, "Never underestimate your opponent." Well, every one of your deaths is from underestimating your opponent in some way or another, whether it's you overextending top lane, face-checking brushes when they're all missing, or standing too far forward in team fights. Well, let me show you one philosophical principle that will prevent most, if not all, of your deaths. It's called the principle of charity. Straight from Wikipedia, the principle of charity requires interpreting a speaker's statements to be rational, and in the case of any argument, considering its best, strongest possible interpretation. In other words, when you don't know what someone's doing or why they're doing it, you should assume they're being smart. So how is this supposed to help us? Well, let's look at an example. If you're winning your lane and your opponent starts acting like he wants to fight you, you may think he's just being an idiot. It's solo queue after all. But the fact of the matter is, 99 times out of 100, he knows something you don't. Typically, it's the position of his teammates and how they're about to kill you if he can bait you into fighting him. If we get greedy, we'll get killed. Greed is not good. Not here. When your opponent that you think you have an advantage over starts charging at you, something's not right. And if you start following this principle, you'll begin to realize it more and more. Your opponent is trying to bait you. He wants to keep you right where you are, or even a little closer, so his team can get in position to kill you. If you follow the principle of charity and realize what he's doing, and just back off, I guarantee you that you'll live most of these encounters. Remember when Eve still had her stun? If you watched Hotshot's stream back in those days, you were amazed at how he was able to know when Eve was about to gank him. You saw him laning, everything seemed to be going well, then suddenly he would just make a beeline for his tower. Then, as if on cue, Eve would just show up in the middle of the lane. He saw that his opponent was subtly trying to get into a position to follow up if he was stunned, and he immediately recognized that that meant that Eve was invis and about to gank. It's not just pros though. Most high elos understand this. They understand that if all 5 of the enemy team are missing, then that means they shouldn't face check into brushes while blindly walking through the unwarded jungle. They know it's more than likely that the enemy team is congregated to make a play rather than some coincidence like they all just happen to buy at the same time. In my last video, I told you why deaths are so bad, even worse than you think. Well, this is how you stop dying. All you really have to do is give your opponent some credit once in a while. I realize that we all enjoy feeling the superiority of winning our lane and recognizing that we're a better player than the scum we're put up against, but if you just recognize and accept some simple facts, it will save your life. No matter what elo you're at, both teams want to win, and if you want to win, you'll try to win, and if you're trying to win, you'll come up with strategies to try and win. Looking at the game this way may seem extremely basic, but it helps us to understand that regardless as to how smart or dumb players are at certain elos, everyone plays ranked to win. An 800 elo strategy won't be the same as a 2800 elo strategy, but they'll both have strategies, and recognizing that through being charitable towards your opponent's intellect will help you and your strategies beat theirs. When you don't know what your opponent is doing, give them the benefit of the doubt. Even if you're in 500 elo and everyone just sits and farms their own lane for 50 minutes, they're doing that for a reason. They may be wrong to do so. They may not have a good strategy. Don't take me wrong, there are idiots in this game, but you have to understand that everyone does what they do for a reason. That 500 elo team knows that you get gold from farming, so they're just going to farm until they think they have enough gold. That 1200 elo team is running Pantheon and Nautilus bottom lane because they want to run a kill lane, and they've probably had success with it before. That 1600 elo Twitch hasn't come bottom lane yet because he's trying to pick up a kill on a gank in mid, not because he's AFK. If you're not so hungry for kills or an advantage, and you're not so quick to judge or declare your opponent an idiot, then you'll very rarely get caught out in stupid situations. You'll have a head start on escaping from ganks, you won't overextend so much, and it's much less likely that you'll end up getting caught split pushing or face checking. It's up to you what you want to do with this or how much you want to listen to it, but if you follow this principle very strictly, you'll prevent a good number of your deaths. So go out and be charitable. Focus on being the more intellectual player. Don't dismiss others just because you don't understand them. That's a lesson for life, and that's a lesson that will save you more than once in League of Legends. Thanks for watching, good luck in solo queue, and have a wonderful day.